How to pay for graduate school. There are many benefits in attending graduate school to obtain an advanced degree. These include having a higher earning potential, qualifying to teach at the college level, meeting requirements of a career such as business, law, medicine, etc., or pursuing a different career than what you planned as an undergraduate. But if you are already saddled with a lot of student loan debt from your undergraduate degree, you probably do not want to take out a lot of additional loans. There are many ways to attend graduate school with someone else paying all or part of the bill, so be sure to research all the possibilities. Method 1. Planning ahead for graduate school. 1. Perform research in your area of study as an undergraduate. If you plan to pursue a PhD in the United States, or PsyD or equivalent degree, upon graduation from college, the single best use of your time as an undergraduate is to be working on research in your area of interest. Try to present research at several conferences and publish research in one or more professional journals before graduation. With a publication, presentation record, and the outstanding recommendations that will go with your research involvement, you have a good chance to be awarded funding through a university fellowship, a graduate teaching assistant position, or graduate research associate position from your graduate school. This funding will most likely pay for your university tuition, plus a small stipend to live on. 2. Reach out to possible advisors. For graduate school, your advisor is your most important point of contact and the person who will direct and help you in your research and writing. Email each person, explain who you are and that you are planning to apply to their program. Ask if they are accepting new advisees and what kind of information they might want from you. It's important to cultivate a relationship with a few possible people with whom you could work, and then they can work to help you be accepted to their program. The graduate program you choose should be because of the advisor and because of the financial package you receive to attend that university. 3. Compare tuition prices at several graduate schools. Keep in mind that the price on their materials will probably not be indicative of the price you would pay. Based on the possible assistantships and stipends, many graduate students, particularly for PhDs, often do not end up paying any tuition at all. For other degrees, it is less likely that you will be fully supported, so the price matters. Prices vary widely, so comparing costs will keep the expense of graduate school down. Many well-known public universities have tuition similar to that of private universities. However, there are still some very good public universities that offer less expensive graduate degrees. Pay close attention to whether or not the public university to which you apply charges out of state students more in tuition than in-state students. It depends on the university and the program. 4. File a free application for federal student aid, FAFSA. Everyone considering graduate school should fill out the FAFSA application to see if you qualify for federal aid. You could receive either a grant or federally subsidized loan based on income. You will need your Social Security number, along with identifying information for your parents if they still declare you as a dependent on their taxes. You should also have copies of your income taxes for the last 3 years, and if necessary, that of your parents. You can be considered a dependent on your parents' taxes if you are under 19 years old or are a student younger than 24 years old as of the end of the calendar year. It would be to your advantage to not be listed as a dependent on your parents' taxes, assuming you make a lot less money than they do. Fill out the application online at the Federal Student Aid website and submit it electronically for processing. Monitor the status of your application and view your eligibility once the results come in. Method 2. Finding scholarship opportunities. 1. Make contact with the department administrators. The department administrators at the university that you plan to attend will be able to talk to you about typical funding packages for graduate students. If you have further questions or want to explore the possibility of more funding, talk to a financial aid officer. There may be many additional funding sources available from the college for tuition assistance. 2. Pursue all funding opportunities that are available to you. Funding opportunities for graduate school include fellowships, assistantships, and grants. Every university has a different set of funding opportunities available to graduate students. Fellowships, assistantships, and grants are awarded by college programs, departments, academic offices, and outside institutions. These programs provide money to help pay for graduate school, and they are also impressive additions to your academic resume. Check with each school you're interested in to see what funding opportunities are available and apply for as many as you can. Teaching or research assistantships are sometimes awarded to graduate students who assist professors teaching undergraduate classes or helping with their research. Duties vary and may include grading papers, holding study sessions, and cataloging research. Compensation also varies, but usually includes some combination of tuition remission, health insurance, and a stipend. Administrative assistantships offer office work positions to students in various departments on campus. Again, compensation varies based on the institution and the duties involved with the position. You may only need to check a box on your application indicating your interest in fellowships, or you may need to submit a separate application and, in some cases, complete an interview. Check each school's requirements for funding applications before you apply. 3. Do an online search for graduate school scholarships. There are many nationally based scholarships available for all fields. Sites such as Peterson's and scholarships.com have extensive lists categorized by your area of interest. Do the research on these scholarships well in advance. Make sure you fulfill all of the criteria and have the proper documentation. These will be very competitive scholarships. 4. Research professional associations that offer scholarships. Many professional associations ranging from the National Shoe Retailers Association to the Garden Club of America to the American Marketing Association offer scholarships for graduate study. Most offer student memberships, so joining may increase your chances. If you're unsure whether a professional association in your field provides scholarships, email the administration. If they don't have scholarships, they may have other suggestions of places to try. 5. Apply to fraternal associations. If you were a member of a fraternity or sorority as an undergrad, contact the national headquarters to find out about graduate scholarship opportunities. Or contact the North American Interfraternal Foundation for information on scholarships they offer. Method 3. Finding tuition assistance from employers. 1. Consider the Army Reserve Officers Training Corps, ROTC. If you contract with the Army at the beginning of your first year of graduate school, you will receive 100% of your tuition, in addition to book allowances and stipends. After graduating, you must serve in the Army for 3 years of active duty or in the National Guard for 6 years, as payment for the free tuition. If you enlist in the Army ROTC, the summer before graduate school begins, you need to attend its Leadership Training Course, LTC. This is a paid, month-long course that teaches you the basics of becoming an Army officer. Be sure to speak with active duty veterans who have taken advantage of these opportunities before you sign up. 2. Use GI Bill benefits if you are a veteran. This applies to active service for any branch of the military. There are also many scholarship opportunities if you are disabled as a result of your military service. You can qualify for the GI Bill if you meet the following requirements. You entered active duty on or after July 1, 1985. If your obligated period of service is less than 3 years, then you must have served 24 continuous months. If enlisted for 3 years or more, then you must have served for at least 36 months. You must not have declined the GI Bill in writing when you signed up. You had your military pay reduced by $100 per month for 12 months, $1,200. You have an honorable discharge. 3. Consider working full-time for the college or university. Many schools offer free tuition to full-time employees. If so, take a full-time job at the college doing something related to your field if possible, or an office or service position if not. You can attend graduate classes part-time on evenings and weekends. 4. Approach your current employer. Whether or not you already work in your field, find out if the company funds graduate degrees for existing employees to encourage their advancement. This type of employee incentive is most commonly offered in the business and technology fields. Tuition assistance would be a good question to ask before you take a job. If the boss is paying for your graduate degree, he will expect you to perform well in both your classes and at work. If either slack, chances are good the company will no longer foot the bill. When employers pay for graduate school, they usually expect that you will remain with them, so they reap the rewards of your advanced degree. This agreement could be stated, written, and signed, or implied. If your degree is not related to your current job and you are in the United States, you may need to pay income tax on part of the tuition which your employer pays. Method 4. Taking out a loan for graduate school. 1. Take out a federal loan to pay for graduate school. Graduate students are eligible for an unsecured Stafford loan that is not based on financial need. Assuming your advanced degree will increase your income, you will be better able to pay back the money after graduation. Pursuing a graduate degree is an investment in yourself, your future, and your earning potential. Like all investments, it sometimes comes with debt and risks. Carefully consider how much you think you'll be able to pay back after you graduate. If your job prospects are going to be challenging, taking out a loan might be a bad idea. You might want to think about working throughout graduate school and paying as much as possible at that time rather than relying on future earnings. 2. Borrow only what you need. If you get a fellowship of some kind of assistantship, you might not need to take out a loan. And based on what you do get, it's likely you won't need to take out the full amount you are eligible to take. There are times, however, when you need to avail yourself of the full amount of the Stafford loan. If you attend graduate school full-time, you automatically qualify for up to $20,500 each year for a total of up to $138,500 through the Stafford Loan Program. 3. Make sure you understand the loan terms. The interest on graduate Stafford loans is 5.84% for the 2015-2016 academic year. Because it's unsubsidized, the interest starts accruing immediately on the loan. You will not be required to pay back the loan until you have completed your graduate studies, plus a grace period of 6 months. Keep in mind that Stafford loans also have a loan fee of 1.068%. This is figured as a percentage of the total loan amount. You will end up getting less money than you are actually borrowing because of the loan fee. You will need to pay it all back, including the loan fee, even though you never see that money. 10 years is the typical period over which to repay the loan. If your first job out of graduate school has very low pay, you may qualify to pay based on a percentage of your income, rather than the normal monthly payments. 4. Ask a family member for help. If you have a family member who is able to pay your tuition, then consider asking that person, or persons, for a loan. The average grad school loan carries an interest rate of 6.8%. If your family member is willing to charge you a lower interest rate for the loan, then you can save thousands of dollars on the cost of attending grad school. Try saying something like, I am worried about the high interest rates on loans for graduate school, and I was wondering if you might be willing to offer me a lower interest loan for part or all of my tuition. Tips. Approach your parents, other relatives, or friends for a loan. If they have money sitting in a low, interest-bearing account, ask if you can borrow the money at the same or a little higher interest rate than they currently receive. They may even offer to let you borrow at interest-free. Take a loan from a private lender. This should be done as a last resort in order to pay for graduate school. Remember that most loan terms schedule the first loan payment due 30 days after you receive the money. Only take a traditional loan if you feel you can keep up with the payments while attending grad school.